thank all of you for being here, because you are the blue wave that transformed the Congress and transformed this state. And next time in 2018, it's going to be a tsunami. What I wanted to talk to you about is something that my campaign managers always say, that's so boring. But I think it's crucial, and that is the Constitution. The Constitution is the only thing standing between us and absolute chaos. How many of you know that ICE must comply with the Constitution?
Yes!
How many of you have read things that demonstrate that ICE does not comply with the Constitution? What are the consequences that ICE is experiencing for not complying with the Constitution? Nothing. Even the OIG, the government watchdog, has complained about ICE not complying with the Constitution and not complying with its own policies. So now that we have an administration who doesn't seem to have even read the Constitution, what we have to do is we have to ensure that ICE complies with the Constitution. So yes, I encourage you to read the rights that people are circulating, the rights that immigrants have. And one thing that a lot of immigrants don't know, and a lot of people don't know, is you don't have to open your door to ICE or any other government official if they don't have a warrant that is signed by a judge. So tell people that.
When they shut down the prison, not more than a year ago here, they didn't care about the loss of jobs. They didn't care about that. They came in, they profited off what they could, they extracted as much money as they could, and then they laid everybody off. That's not what we need. When we're talking about economic development and doing better and real change together, that's not what we want. We want jobs that are going to be sustainable and are going to push us through well into the future, not only for ourselves, but for our children. And really, that's what we were here to talk about, right? We've seen these facilities in deplorable conditions, in horrific conditions, where children are literally dying because of the lack of care that is being provided at these facilities. And you can hold your county commissioners, you can hold your state officials accountable, because those contracts are run through the counties and they are regulated by the county, by the state, and even by the PRC. So you need to let them know that you want these conditions to make sure that we're doing that, if at all, because we can. We've had successes where we shut down these facilities in the past. We used to have one of these facilities in Albuquerque that was shut down because of the lack of the conditions that are there. So we can continue to do that work. And I know that it's depressing, everything that's going on. But if you follow my post on Damian Lara Talks, every Friday I do a Good News Friday. So I want to just speak about some of the gains that we have made. Javier talked a little bit about those. And we are making real change. The 5,000 people that came in off of those buses seeking asylum that were brought in here by the administration to try and divide us. But we did welcome the stranger, because we think we can do things better together.
Remember the Mueller report? We've been fussing about whether the 10 or 11 instances of obstruction of justice are adequate to impeach the President of the United States. We're barking up the wrong tree. There's a forest of high crimes and misdemeanors waiting for us right in our own backyard. And I am so appalled and abashed at what is being done in our name, in the name of the United States of America.
Please welcome them. Thank you for being here, Justin.
Thank you. My name is Justin Allen. I'm an organizer with Millions for Prisoners in New Mexico. I spent about 17 years in prison, and I'm here today with this message. The only good prison is one that remains closed. Having spent 17 years in prison in 14 facilities across New Mexico, I've never been in a facility where humane conditions exist. Tonight's vigil is necessary as New Mexico should be ashamed that we've allowed slavery or mass incarceration for profit to continue to evolve in New Mexico. As a Millions for Prisoners organizer, I am committed to dismantling and resisting any institution that profits off the oppression of human beings. So tonight I stand before you in solidarity with those detained.
Thank you, Justin. It's an honor to be on this stage with you tonight. It's an honor to be in this work with you. Hello, everyone. My name is Celinda Guerrero. I'm with Millions for Prisoners New Mexico, and I know that the things that we're saying tonight are very heavy. They cause us to have to look for reconciliation with the history of this country. I'd like everybody to just take a deep breath, and I know it's heavy, and I know the trauma hurts, and it's real, and we are the impacted. We stand with the impacted. We know. So take a deep breath, and thank you so much for being here in solidarity tonight. For all that are suffering oppression. It is powerful to see all of the allies and accomplices out here standing with us. I'm here to represent the 2.3 million that are behind the walls and the additional 6 million on probation and parole, and the uncounted detainees enslaved by the prison industrial complex. These systems of oppression are not new. The people of this land have not reconciled with the violent history that it was founded on genocide and slavery. We must also recognize that the system of capitalism cannot exist without racism or oppression. Capitalism demands an underclass. The demands by capitalism have commanded a billion-dollar industry known as the prison industrial complex. Our state, New Mexico, is #1 in the private prison industry, with 3 different private prison contractors in our state: Geo Group, Core Civic, and Training and Management Corporation. With about 52% of our prisoners, our state prisoners, are in private prisons, where other states average about 8%. These numbers are not yet accountable for the masses of immigrant prisoners in these private prisons and jails across New Mexico. These are 20-year-long contracts that demand over 90% full beds, or the state will have to pay sanctions to these corporations. We need to uncover the business of incarceration in this country so that these rallies matter.